Hello everyone. Today we are going to install the factory OEM trailer hitch and wiring harness on the Passport because it did come with one. So here's what we got. We got the factory trailer hitch in the box, and we've got our wire harness, and we have the trailer hitch instructions and the wire harness instructions. It says to start with the wire harness first, so that's what we're going to do.
There's a little one in here helping Daddy. Alright, so here's the wiring harness.
Wiring harness, that is a fuse box, looks like. This is the actual plug for the trailer that goes outside. Bag of parts. This is the connector for the electric trailer brakes that would go in the dashboard. Control unit. Bracket. And the user instruction manual. Okay, so somebody on a website said that there's a way to possibly get the harness installed by just removing this one little pocket. You got to take the pocket out anyway. Honda wants you to take the whole side panel out, but we're gonna try and get this pocket out and see if we can just finesse it through. That is out. Clip, hope that's okay. If anybody ever can't get their fuel door open, there's your fuel door release if the electronic thing doesn't work. Go. There's the harness.
So that's the harness that you need?
That's the harness I need. Right now I'm trying to plug this clip back into the sidewall that popped out. May have to get a mirror.
So you found the harness, now you're trying to
Now I'm just trying to put there's a wire clip that popped out I'm trying to put back.
Yeah.
Because sometimes if you don't get these clips back in, it'll rattle. Okay, there's that. There's the fancy harness. We are going to take some of that out. I'm going to take the tray out. The tray comes out really easy. To get to easier access of a bolt, I am going to take the package tray out.
Okay, so he's taking the tray out so he's got better access to a bolt over here. It's hard to see what I'm doing because I'm right here, right in here. Let's turn on the light. Oops, sorry. Didn't mean to lay you guys on your side. There's a little bolt that this little thing lines up with. It goes in here. I took the tray out is so I could easily access this from this side. People with small fingers could probably get it from just a little compartment, but it took me 2 minutes to get the package tray out. It says to leave the control unit out here, so we're going to put all the harnesses through here. Plug the control unit in. Plug this harness into that harness. Put a wire tie on here. And then we take a piece of our tape. We tape down that plug. Okay. Now they want us to pop a hole, pop a plug out the bottom here. Or from the top, one or the other. I'm going to go underneath the car and we'll poke the harness up that comes from underneath. Okay, so there's a hole there. You can probably see a little bit of light coming out of there from up top. That's where we're going to poke this harness through and set the grommet in place. Okay, that's all set in place. Now we're back in the car. We've got a few more little things to do in here. We've got the grommet in place. There's some other stuff we'll do underneath once we get the trailer hitch installed, but right now we have to get this fuse box mounted. Put the relays in the little fuse box. Fuse box is going to go right here. Where that little thing is. So that it's accessible once you take the package tray out. And there's also a ground wire that comes from under here that attaches to that bolt that goes up into the bolt hole. It's all on the same bolt. It's got a little grounding bolt. tape down that harness. Okay, harness is taped down. And then we're going to plug the harness that came through the floor into the other harness plug that's in here. And then we're going to tape that down also. Okay, then we're going to go up to the front of the vehicle here in a second. There is a sub panel, smaller fuse box. Right here, we'll put some fuses into. The book shows the locations they go into. Got the 220 amps and a 30 amp. Cap back on, then go back to the back of the car, and after that I'll kind of show you how it is right now. We've got underneath here we have the 7-pin harness that we're going to hook up once we get the trailer hitch in. So we'll get that started in a minute. I'm going to put the car back together and then we'll get on the trailer hitch. So we're getting the trailer hitch and everything out. This is one mistake I think Honda made is TrailSport specifically, and I think some of the other models have painted lower panels here. Well, Honda, instead of having different panels, just includes the one black panel with the trailer hitch. So you got to replace your gray panel that goes with the theme of the car with this black panel just so you can have the trailer hitch. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to contact some people and see if there's a way I can get this painted to match that color in the future. Right now we're going to put the black one on and we're going to look into it. Okay, so here we have the trailer hitch installation instructions. We're going to get started on this project. Trailer hitch doesn't include much, just a trailer hitch, thing of bolts, and then we'll attach that to the trailer hitch once we get there. We're going to start by removing the bumper. I'll kind of show you how we do that. In the trunk area here, there's not a whole lot. We just need to make sure the trunk lid's open. And then we have these two 5mm Allen head bolts that we need to get out of here. And then we're going to go underneath and take some clips out. Okay, so under here we have some little bolts and clips. We got to take these bolts and these clips off so we can get the bumper off from underneath, and then we'll have to take the mud flaps off also. Okay, we got those. Now we got to deal with the mud flaps on the fender well liners. Okay,
I start with taking the mud flap off so that we can access the screws we need to get to. I use a little screw adapter on the end of my ratchet here. Take the screws out of the little fender flare thing here, and then we can clip this from there. Always easier said than done. There's a screw hidden underneath this, right there, that we need to take out. There's one more. Feels like it's attached right here. Right here. One more. Okay, now that side's free, as you can see. We'll go do the other side. Might have to go get a little pry tool for that one. Get these off up here too. Now the bumper's pretty much ready to come off. Thing down here. Sometimes the bumpers like to fall when I take them off. Kind of gotta pull out on the sides. Sounds like it's braking, but it's not. Harnesses attached in here, so you gotta be very careful. Just do not pull the harnesses apart. Now the bumper is off. We will flip it up so we can change out the panel. The whole reason we got to do this is to change this panel out with that one I was showing you earlier in the video. A couple of bolts here.
little push things. Push this panel out of here. Okay, that panel's off. Okay, so a couple little things we got to do before we put this back on. We need to swap out these little clips here. There's a clip there, and a clip here, and the same on the other side. And then this little area that has the traces on it. Let's see if I can get into a better position. This little panel here we need to cut out for the electrical connector that we have already installed. We need to add to the trailer hitch. So we're going to get that done right now, and then we will put that back in the put this panel back in the car. Okay, there's that. Now we'll get this over here. I'm going to try this with the razor blade. It may not work. I may need to go get the Dremel tool. Okay. There we go. Okay, so we got that all cut out. Got the clips in. We're going to put it back on the bumper now. Okay, over here there's a little tab we got to put through. And then most of this just pops and locks back into place here. Try not to get your blanket caught in the bumper pieces. Okay, those are all back in there. We got one screw to put in here. Bolts put back in. All started, we'll tighten them down. Couple little things we got to plug in. Plug in the parking sensor harness. Lights.
hardware put back together here. I'm going to go underneath here and put these clips in the bottom first. Clips are all in. Go over to the fenders. Put the fenders back together. Put the mud flaps back on. Just pops into place here. Put the couple of screws back up top, and then the mud flap goes on. Now we'll go around the other side. Now the mud flap. We're done with that part. It's time to go under the car again. Okay. Now we're getting ready to put this hitch up here. I need to bring it forward since I've got it shoved all the way into the car. We need to attach that harness there first before we put it up under the car. Says to bring this up with the help of a buddy. I don't have a buddy right now, so we're going to put this box through here. That may not work. Make it a different method to do this, I think. That might work. We're braced on the resonators, and then we are going to bring this hitch harness. It's going to go right in here, like so. I just got to go double check one thing on the instructions before I do this. Attached to here. and tight. Now we're going to see if we can juggle this hitch and get the bolts started. Find an 18mm socket here to get the torque wrench. We'll get it all tightened up. So we got what we need. The bolts go in 2 steps with torque. First 32, then 63. Whoops. Is being a little trouble to start. We may have to chase the threads at work. Let's see if we can get this working here. Now we're going to torque these bolts like it said.
Okay, we're all bolted up, torqued up.
And then this is what the back end looks like now. Got the 7-pin, we've got the trailer hitch. And like I said, we're going to try and get that panel painted so it looks like it used to. And then if we put a brake controller in this, we will make another video of the brake controller.